Good morning from Srinagar. I don't really know how I landed up here or why I landed up here. Hi Bruni. This happens in so many of my vlogs that a dog suddenly shows up. This is Bruni. There's Bruni. She's a really scared doggy. That's Aditya.
Aditya is my host in Srinagar. I stayed with him in 2016 when I was here. He's like the best person to live with in Srinagar. Aditya, when are you starting Srinagar Boy again?
Today.
Today?
Yeah, today.
Yeah.
So Srinagar Boy is like this Instagram handle that... Instagram, you're doing Instagram as well, right? Yeah. An Instagram handle that he runs documenting some of the coolest things in this city, because he's actually one of the few people I know who still lives in this city. He studied in Rotterdam I think, but eventually came back here, and he's doing some pretty cool stuff, so you should check him out on Instagram. Srinagar went into lockdown the day after I reached there. With tensions running high and increased security levels, moving around Srinagar and Kashmir, as I'd originally intended to, no longer seemed like a good idea. After spending the good part of 2 whole days indoors, we finally ventured out to watch a sunrise on the Dal Lake.
Automatically pump in water. It's not warm yet, the engine. Shit. But this one.
It's really cold.
It is. Should we? Yeah. Oh, look at that. That's so beautiful. Look at those boats. So much color.
Alright, now we need to find a boatman. With travel, as is the case with several other things in life, when one thing doesn't work out, eventually something else does. The curfew situation may have ruined my plans to go off exploring on a motorcycle, but it also created an opportunity for me to explore some parts of Srinagar more extensively.
Smallest boat?
The smallest boat on the lake, I think. And there's 5 of us on this. Millimeters away from the water. Bye guys. Without a boatman.
Picture for me, shooting.
When you look at the Dal Lake from the outside, you can never imagine what all it holds within it. Yes, there are houseboats and shikaras meant for the visiting tourists, but as I was to discover, it's also home to many hundreds of people. It's like a mini township in itself, complete with narrow streets and bylanes, filled with water, of course. Everything that you may need to run a home can be found within the lake itself. I was told that there are even some parts of the lake where certain kinds of vegetables are grown. It's incredibly fascinating.
Ooh. The lake looks good today, no?
It does, yeah, definitely. Just too bad it's all fogged up.
Yeah, we would have got some lovely shots otherwise of the mountains and all. Anyway, for now we go up the temple road. This is such a stunning viewpoint. We're on the way up to the Shankaracharya temple. So this is like a high security zone, but you're allowed to take your vehicles up. And there's a road that goes about 5.5 kilometers to the temple. Stop midway on the road. It's really cold, especially riding the bike right now. It's super duper cold. But this is just such a stunning view. This is such a beautiful view.
Srinagar is a city that unveils itself to you in layers. On the surface, it may seem similar to any other tourist spot. But when you stay longer and look a little closer, you begin to see the richness and diversity within it that gives it its true character. In the few days that I spent there, I went to very few places, but I saw a lot. That is the magic of this unique city.
The things people do for a photograph. It's brilliant.
Great.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Oh, yes.
And now we have a behind the scenes shot of that as well.